It's popping, family. Hey, today, it's beautiful. I hope it's going your way. And even if it isn't, that's okay. Appreciate clicking on the video. First of all, I just want to mention, shout out to the steering wheel, because the phone fits perfectly on here. Just found this out, so I'm probably going to be making more videos from here. Thanks for clicking on the video. And today I want to talk about the spiritual significance of hair. Now, some people may tell you, it's just hair. It has no meaning. But let me ask you, why would the universe give you something that has no meaning? Everything on your body has a purpose. Your nails growing, your hair growing. This signifies the life force is active within you. I just got a deep cut the other day, and it's already pretty much healed up. It's cool observing the skin grow around it, and how the body has its own innate, natural intelligence. And this is synonymous with our life essence. When this is at full force within us, yes, hair grows, and it has a purpose. What is the purpose? Well, again, I ask you, why would the universe give you anything if it had no value to you? If it didn't have a purpose? Everything from your head to your toe, from your toes to your nose, everything that grows, indeed, has a purpose. And so what is hair's spiritual significance? Well, formerly on here, I made a video about Genesis in the Bible, talking about the tree of life, the human spine. The human spine is the tree of life. The human spine is the altar of the divine. And when the energy within your holy physical temple, your wonderful bodily vessel, when the life essence within this is active, then the energy is an upward momentum towards your head, your higher head, your higher self. And just think about it. What is beneath your hair? Your scalp. What is beneath your scalp? Your skull. What is contained within your skull? Your brain. And so, when energy is flowing up to the brain and beyond, think of your hair like an antenna. You think of the crown chakra, what is outside of the physical vessel. Sexual energy and an upward flow creates spirit, tunes us in with the Holy Spirit. Think of the medulla oblongata flowing in, the cosmic energy continuously flowing in to the right hemisphere of the brain, the medulla oblongata. And yes, I'm getting excited, so I hope you're still with me, because, you know, I just want to share some points with you that show you, hey, listen, value your hair. Take care of it. There's traditions where people put berries and all sorts of different mixtures, and they realize how it makes, they see the energy change. They feel it. And that right there tells you that your hair is a living organism. We can even say a living entity. It's alive. In school, they may have told you it's dead cells. But let me ask you this. Why does hair fall off of sick people? Say they have cancer or whatever, they're very sick, their hair starts falling off. Now, if it was dead, wouldn't it grow? Wouldn't it grow more if someone is sick? No. So, take care of your hair. Anyone with the green thumb knows that it's like a plant. You speak to it. You be attentive to it. You love it. And it grows better. Same with your hair. Maybe you put some rose water in there, some castor oil, some essential oils, some clean water, and treat it as a part of yourself, as an extension of yourself, because it is. It's an extension of your nervous system. And, yeah, I'm sure you're familiar with the biblical story of Samson and Delilah, and how when he lost his power, he lost his hair. Now, he didn't lose his power because he lost his hair, but, it definitely is a factor to consider. It's like a cap that keeps the spiritual energy within the body. What is heat? Heat is energy. The magical heat of spirit that is within us. And to retain this, to keep it embodied within the physical organism, the hair serves as a cap to keep it in, recycling, rejuvenating, regenerating the body. You notice bald people, not to throw shade on people that don't have a lot of hair. You can still be very wise and, still be very healthy physically, spiritually, mentally, and be bald. But a lot of people that have short hair, they wear caps to keep that energy within the body. They may not even be consciously aware of why they like wearing hats. But again, the hair serves as a cap to keep that heat within the body. You notice your grandmother always told you to wear socks and gloves and wear a hat in the winter, so you don't lose that energy, especially in the head. It gives off a lot of heat. So hair can help keep the energy contained, embodied. Again, everything on this body, on your body, on the human organism, has a purpose. The universe wouldn't give us this if it didn't have some sort of significance. And the fact of the matter is, if the only reason why people cut it is because it doesn't hurt, people would be cutting up their whole body, carving out all kinds of crazy shit if there wasn't any pain. Here, there's no pain, so people do all sorts of funky stuff. Even places where you do feel it, there is pain. People still doing crazy shit. Look at, people elongating their necks or doing all sorts of crazy stuff to the body. This physical vessel, which is temporary, but within it, the paradox is that within this vessel is eternity, within and beyond. And so when we respect it, value it, this human form of life that we've been gifted, awarded, then we'll be balanced. We'll master the art of balanced living. Every day we'll do something physical, whether walk, run, physical exercise, something mental, read a book, create, write, make a video, work on your speaking, interact with people, something spiritual. Meditate, breathing exercise, japa mantra, mala beads, rosary, whatever you want to call it, repetition of the holy name, exercising our attention, because it's like a physical muscle. Our attention, the more you exercise it, the more you concentrate, the more it grows. And therefore, there's no attention deficit disorder, because you're not addicted to dopamine, to constant stimulus. You can simply sit in stillness and silence and feel wholeheartedly, embody the presence. And this is something you can't fake. You can't fake presence. You can't fake energy. You can fake a lot of things. You can fake status, and a lot of people living beyond their means. I made a point when I bought this car. wanted to buy it straight cash because I don't want to be making interest payments. Yeah, it's a nice car. I'm blessed. But I waited to buy it when I had the cash to do so. I'm not doing it because I care about an image, how people perceive me. You can't fake true masculinity, which a lot of people erroneously associate with, temporary material things, status, image, possessions, and whatever else. And these things are great when they're used in devotional service. When they're used in God's service. When they're not used for selfish ends or purposes. They're used to say, hey, this life is one of abundance. And so, you too can have this. In the Bible it says, to he that has, more shall be given. More shall be added unto him. But he that has not shall have stuff taken away. It's really the difference between an abundance mindset and a scarcity mindset. When you have an abundance mindset, you get gifts like this. People sending you amazing things. Recently, I don't want to make this about me, but I'd love to share some of the things that have happened recently. A guy, for instance, at Glens Falls Run Club, this run club that I'm a part of, just talking with him, and he showed me his watch, his times. I'm a minimalistic runner, so I just shorts, no t-shirt, bare minimum. I don't carry my phone, nothing, no headphones, just me, myself, my thoughts. And people that like to run, especially long distances, are a lot more emotionally stable because they can simply sit with themselves and as the witness and not take their thoughts so serious. And especially on runs, when the energy is very alive and active, thoughts arise in consciousness. And so I don't want music to distract me from this. I don't want my attention to be divided. In text messages. I'm glad it's not a call. I don't want the video to be interrupted. But I don't want my attention to be divided, so I don't need music when I'm running itself. The activity in itself is enough stimulus. I don't need something on top of this in the form of music or whatever. I remember one time a guy was saying how he likes listening to heavy metal and rock music to amp him up so he can go to the gym because he likes to be angry, work out angry. I'm like, dude, you're missing the whole point completely. Even intense physical activity, Alex is very calm, aware of his breath, breathing deeply, present. Maybe sweating, heart may be pumping vigorously, but still, the focus is eternity, this moment now. And so attention, energy isn't scattered in different directions. It's focused on one thing at a time. And so I know this video started off talking about hair and it kind of got off on a tangent over there. Sometimes that's how it flows. That's how it goes. You already know. But again, your hair wouldn't grow if it didn't have a purpose. And I'll expand more on this, give you some different things, concepts to consider as to why your hair has spiritual significance. There's other good videos on here about this. From personal experience, I don't have to worry about haircuts. 10 years from now, the hair will look the same way. Maybe with a few more grays. The other day, next door neighbor was outside at the picnic table working on some stuff. And we were talking. He's like, hey, there's snow at the top of the mountain. I said, what? It went right over my head. He said, there's snow on top of the mountain. Grays on your head. I said, yeah, there's a few grays in there. It's funny, my earthly father, biological father, you know, it's a genetic thing. So he had grays at a young age too. And when he was in drill sergeant school, his drill sergeant, his last name is Dupuy. And his drill sergeant said, hey, Dupuy, why so many gray hairs? He said, Sarge, one for every woman. And he got the drill sergeant to laugh. I always thought that was funny. I've actually used that joke. I stole it from him. I've used that a couple times. One for every woman. But actually, it's quality over quantity. There's no reason why you can't have both. You can. You can have a lot of quality people. Quality people in abundance. A lot of them. Wow. One of the greatest blessings of life is strong spiritual association. And it's another thing about hair too, is it connects us to different information. Thoughts themselves are an intelligent vibration. And hair helps us receive different information. Helps us be keen in our intuition. And it grows when you practice semen retention. Because this energy within you recycles eternally. There is no end to it. So just imagine the Master Jesus. You know, never married, celibate. This energy never left his body. That's why he was able to accomplish so many things that to the average person seem, I'm making up words, Persian. Not a Persian, a person. Yeah. But anyways, this video is long enough. I appreciate you staying to the end. God bless. And I'm going to revisit this. Spiritual significance of hair. Take care. And hey, if you dig the vibe, like, comment, and subscribe. Maybe you're part of the tribe. Part of my soul tribe. But hey, man. Have a beautiful day. I'm out. Peace.